To review, to solve a one-step equation, we do the inverse, which is again the opposite of whatever is being done to the variable. And you can see in this problem here, here's our equation, x plus 3 equals 7. So I need to isolate that variable, x. So I need to perform the opposite or the inverse operation, and since it's plus 3, I now need to subtract 3 from both sides. Again, we need to keep this equation balanced. What I do to one side, I must do to the other side of the equal sign. So those cancel out right here, and now I have 7 minus 3 equals 4. Okay? So now we're going to try this one together. This equation is x plus 10 equals 14. This is an addition problem here because I have my plus sign right here. I need to perform the inverse operation to get that variable by itself. The opposite of plus 10 is minus 10. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. 10 minus 10 cancels out. My x is left, and 14 minus 10 is 4. Now, if I wanted to go back into my problem and check it, I can substitute this value 4 back into my original problem where the x is, and it would look like this. I would say 4 plus 10 equals 14 because that's my original problem. 4 plus 10 equals 14, and that checks. This second problem down here, 4 plus x equals 13. Now, while we do have an addition symbol right here, what we're looking at now is the 4. There is no plus or minus sign in front of the 4, so we assume that it's going to be a plus. What we're doing here is we're adding 4 to, this is adding 4, so the inverse is subtracting 4 to both sides. This goes away, my x is left. Now I have 13 minus 4 is 9. And once again, I can go back to my original equation. I can plug my 9 in where x is. I can say 4 plus 9 equals 13. We know that 4 plus 9 equals 13. 13 equals 13, and it works. Let's try it with some subtraction problems. Here we have x minus 8 equals 5. The inverse of subtraction, of course, is addition. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides. This goes away. X equals 13. So let's try it right here. This says x minus 8 equals 19. I know it's subtraction because I have my subtraction symbol. The inverse of subtraction is addition. I'm going to add this time 8 to both sides. This cancels out. X equals 19 plus 8 is 27. And I can go back and check it with my original problem. I'm going to substitute my 27 in where my x is. My problem will set up like this. 27 minus 8 equals 19. 27 minus 8 is 19, and 19 equals 19. Let's try it here. 22 equals x minus 12. This is a subtraction problem. Of course, I'm going to do the inverse operation, which would be adding 12 to both sides. This cancels out. Now I have 22 plus 12, which is 34 equals x. And I can go back into my original problem and say 22 equals 34 minus 12. 22 is going to equal 22, and it checks.